Hi, friends. Welcome to session 4. You've done it halfway. You should be very proud of yourself. Give yourself a high five. Give your neighbor a high five. We have done it. I'm really excited about this week. Of all the things we've got to talk about, one of my very favorite things is talking about Nashville and talking about my favorite places. So that is what we're going to do today. So by now, you probably know that I love Nashville. I love living here. And there are so many places in Nashville that I have really connected with and have such sweet memories besides this lovely kitchen. And the number one that comes to my mind is the Ryman Auditorium. If you have not been before, you have got to come and go to a show at the Ryman. It's just the best. It's this old church situated in the middle of downtown. It almost doesn't even fit anymore because of the buildings that have gone up around it, but it's between 4th and 5th right off of Broadway. And it is just gorgeous. There's stained glass windows in the back. Every pew is this light, beautiful wood. I mean, it's gorgeous. And every show you go to there is different and special. I don't know how to explain it. We go to concerts all the time here in Nashville, right? It's part of the gig, but there's something different at the Ryman. When you go to Bridgestone Arena across the street, you can be with like thousands of people, but feel alone. But when you go to the Ryman, it feels like you are with your people. It feels like you're kind of entering into an experience with everyone. Every time I go, I think about the other places I've sat, right? Like I go, oh, I remember the Mumford & Sons concert down there. I remember the Secret Sisters concert right here. I remember Amy Grant and Vince Gill at Christmas. Incredible, right? Unbelievable. And each concert has these hatch show prints, and I hang them up in my house because it helps me remember these experiences I've had, right? These moments. And I think that's part of this looking for lovely thing and collecting the moments is sometimes moments are really connected to places, right? I mean, that's true for you too, like it's true for me, right? That sometimes these moments are connected to a certain place, and to go back there reminds you of that. There's this summer camp that I've been attending since I was, like 9 or 10, even when my parents were counselors and I was a pre-camper. And I went every year of my life. I've been like 25 times to this summer camp. And it's really special to me because every time I walk into the auditorium, every time I go in there and I see the altar, I can think of what the Lord has done in my heart over and over again. Every time, the room's called Mobley Hall. And every time I walk into Mobley, I go, I remember when I was in 8th grade and I decided that I would do whatever he asked. Or I remember when I was a junior and between my junior and senior year, I felt like I was supposed to switch schools. And I remember going like, what? And I can see God's faithfulness in those places. And so I go back there, right? I wonder if you have places like that. Maybe it's your bedroom, right? Or maybe it's your prayer closet, or maybe it's this restaurant in your town, or maybe it's a park in your city. There's a story in John 21 that I want to look at super quick. In John 21, it is after Jesus has been crucified and resurrected, and he's going back to see the disciples again, right? And in the first of John 21, it says, afterward, Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Galilee. And it happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples were together. I'm going out to fish, Simon Peter told them, and they said, we'll go with you. So they went out and got into a boat, but that night they caught nothing. I just think that's a really interesting thing because in this moment, when none of the disciples really understand what's going on, they go back to a place they know. They go back to a place where they understand where Jesus has met them before. Right? Like Jesus has been there with them before, and they connect. Something feels there to them. I would guess, I don't know, but I would guess something feels there to them. Just like I feel going to the Ryman, or just like I feel going back to Mobley Hall at that summer camp. I connect with Jesus there. And so sometimes if I want to remember his faithfulness, remember his kindness, remember who he is and how I have personally experienced him, I go back to those places. Right? So whether it's somewhere really local or somewhere far away, just opportunities to go back there or just to look at pictures, right? Just looking at pictures and remembering when I was there, God did this. That's why we make scrapbooks of our mission trips, right? That's why we make booklets off our Instagram pictures, right? It's because we want to remember those things. By my house is a pond. And my whole life growing up, my dad would take us fishing out there. It's a real small little pond. Like you can see the entire thing. So there was never any like disappearing or we think hiding in the boat or anything. It was like mom could always look out the window and find us. And so dad would take us fishing, and my little sister and I would put on our little life vests with Alf on them, and we would paddle out to the middle of the lake and we'd fish with dad and we'd sing songs, and it was so, so fun. And I always think of that. I think often of what I learned there and what I thought there. And even as a grown-up, there are times where I will walk out there and just to think and remember. I wonder if there are just these places that you connect with, like the disciples connected with the Sea of Galilee, or like I connect with the pond that I grew up beside, or the Ryman, and I just wonder if you want to go there today, either whether you can really go there or go there in your mind, go there in pictures, and just remember how God showed up for you there. This whole week, we're going to talk about fishermen. We're going to get in the Sea of Galilee for a whole week, and I hope you'll see over and over again that these men found Jesus at that lake, and Jesus found them there too.